Hey everybody, it's Chris with Life 180, and I am here today with my wonderful, beautiful wife, Hannah. And so
Hi, guys.
we got something new in store for everybody today. I've been feeling a big call in my heart, and actually Hannah and I together for, man, I'm gonna say the last 8 years probably,
Yeah.
have really had a call in our hearts to kind of share our story and to use our story to help other people. Now, we've gone through some crazy stuff. I don't think we'll get into all that today. We'll get into some of it, I'm sure.
There's not enough time
There's
for
not
that.
enough time for that. We don't have enough time to film that video right now. But ultimately, really what it comes down to is if you know Life 180, Life 180 is an acronym for living intentionally for excellence, and the 180 is all about turning your life around. And when I was the head of business development with the Fortune 1000 financial company I was with, the reason, and I haven't really ever said this on camera before, so I'm going here now, is that the real reason that I left there had nothing to do with not believing in the company and the products and all that stuff. It really had to do with the fact that I was offered a position to make a lot of money. And when I got to that place and I looked around at all the people who were in those positions, and I saw the fact that they were on their third marriages, that they had bad relationships with their kids, that they were all alcoholics, and they all had substance abuse issues, and there was all these things going on. I honestly, I got scared. And I still remember going home that night and talking to Hannah about it and being like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was just offered this crazy opportunity, and I don't think I can do it, because like you couldn't pay me $1 billion to live that life. And if I'm a big believer, like if you want to be successful, you got to find the people who have not just like the money, but the life, the success. Success is about life and what you want your life to be like, and to live intentionally for excellence. And to be able to live intentionally for excellence, you got to know what excellence is to you. And to me, excellence begins with my faith, because that drives everything. And excellence begins with being an amazing husband. And then excellence is about being an amazing father. And it doesn't matter how much money I make. It doesn't matter how much anything else goes right in my life. If those three things aren't right, then everything is wrong. And so from that point, that, I guess, was the tipping point of the start, the founding of Life 180 ultimately, because when I left there, I created Life 180. And quite frankly, it was a roller coaster ride for quite a while.
Without intending to create
Without it,
180.
yeah, I didn't even intend to do it. And like once, I probably won't go into all those details right now, but so the purpose of this video and to share this is, we've been talking about doing this. So quite frankly, this video is all just about tearing the Band-Aid and starting a playlist. It really comes down to the fact that my wife and I, she's always been behind the scenes with Life 180. When we first started, she was behind the scenes. We actually got into a car accident. She got a TBI, traumatic brain injury. And the whole reason I got into marketing and business development really in the first place was because she has a degree in marketing and was doing all that. And when we had that car accident, I kind of had to learn it out of necessity. At this point in time, I thank God that I did learn it, and I found a passion and whatnot for it. But at the end of the day, I look at most people out there that I talk to, and I consult with tons of people every year about business and finances and life and just entrepreneurism and just how do you balance it all, and how do you make it all work, and what do you do? It's amazing, because I also own another company called Career Next, and we do career coaching. And I have people that come to us there that have said they've been looking for a job for 6 months or been unemployed for 6 months or longer, that haven't even told their wives yet, right? Like that, it's just a scary, scary way to exist. And it's a sad way, not sad in like a demeaning way, but just I feel bad for them that their identity is so wrapped up in their career and the perceived success of life and all these things that they're doing that, you know, that they feel that they have to do that. And so I guess really what it comes down to is, you know, Hannah and I here have a pretty unique relationship. We'll get into it as the series here goes on, and we'll figure out, and I'll probably ask you guys to, if you are a husband, you know, because I know just giving you the analytics of my channel, 87% of you are men, right? Like that is what it is. So, but if you are one of the 13% of the women that, you know, gruels through and watches this, you know, and subscribes to my channel, God bless you. You know, but I guess really what I'm hoping for this playlist to be, and what I'm hoping for Hannah and I to be able to do for everybody, is to create content around the balance of life and business and entrepreneurship and marriage, and how do you keep the relationship good? How do you parent well together? How do you manage all that? Because guess what? We're not perfect in it either, right? I think the one area that we excel beyond 99.99999% of the people in the world is just our communication with each other, and the fact that we've given each other permission to hold each other accountable from a place of love and from a place of support, and that we always know that we're on each other's team. And you know, when she's in a bad place or is struggling, or if I'm in a bad place, struggling, having a hard time with something, we can go to each other and we don't have to have our guard up. And I think that's a rare thing. What do you think about that? You're just sitting there. I'm doing all the talking. I brought you on video, not just to be a pretty face.
Oh, but I'm so
Ditto?
weak and shy.
Ditto?
I wouldn't know what to say.
Ditto?
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, to that point. Hi, guys. I'm Hannah. Thank you for letting me crash in to your financial and business and entrepreneurship and career and, you know, all of that fun money stuff and whatever. But I'm glad to be here because, like Chris said, it's really important to him that he show the why behind everything that he does, and it all for him is exemplified by having a happy home life. And he's there for me and for the kids unequivocally, no matter what. So like, even when you're working 100-hour weeks, which you have before, and plus whenever there's a business launch, the first thing that I know that makes you probably really different than most people, and that I would love to invite other guys to, and gals, you know, to explore with their partners, is you let me know that no matter what, whenever I need to hit pause and need your attention, I got it. Like, I don't have to beg, I don't have to plead, I don't have to cajole or manipulate or play sick so you'll come home and be with me. Like, I don't have to do any of that stuff to get your attention. Yeah. I like absolutely know your priorities. And I think I love that, you know, the definition of Life 180, living intentionally. And I think that's so intentional that you have to create that. And I think the thing that we've done so differently, and I'll get back to what you initially asked me about in a second. It's coming back around.
The stage is yours. You just
nobody wants that. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants that. But that intentionality is what we really try to bring into our relationship. Like, and most people just sort of fall into marriages. Like we fall, and we did. You fall into it. It's the lust. It's the wow. It's the dreams. We had these shared visions and shared passions and shared hopes and goals for the future that were so lofty. And it actually took us crashing and burning then get really intentional and say, okay, if we're going to, and here's like a little secret preview of what happened, right? We'll get into it later, but like, if we're going to get back together, cliffhanger, here is what our new rule is going, like here are what our new rules are going to be moving forward.
We got to redefine everything.
Yeah, we got to define everything and say, okay, if this is going to happen, here's what the playbook has to look like. And here's what the criteria for this relationship needs to be.
Correct.
If either one of us is going to mutually agree to partner into that. And so in that being intentional, I'm bringing it around now. Ready? So that safe space, the words that come to me are what you're talking about is that we've learned to create a safe space for each other. And that honesty that you're talking about, to be able to have someone share with their wife, like, I'm laid off and I don't know who I am, and I'm depressed and I'm hopeless and I don't feel valuable anymore, and I maybe feel out of touch with things, and I feel irrelevant now, and I feel unseen, and like all of those things that I'm going to pick on the guys because you always pick on the guys and the gals too. But
I think guys have a bigger issue with this than women do in general.
Because women have been taught it's okay more than you guys have to say, like, I'm feeling vulnerable here.
Yeah.
And I'm the worst one historically at saying that. So it took me a lot of work to get to that place of being able to do it. So I'm mentioning it from compassion, because as people get to know me a little bit more, you will know that I'm actually built more like the classic man than I am a woman, and you're actually built a lot more in some ways.
You didn't go there.
I
You
did.
didn't go
I'm
there.
calling you out.
Oh, man.
You're sensitive and
horrible.
understanding, and you're good at communication and all that crap in the ways that many women naturally are. And I'm the one who's much more like hard-hearted Hannah. Like, I'm not naturally built as touchy-feely, vulnerable kind of stuff. So I get where people are coming from. Anyway, what we've done is that we've said to each other, look, it has to be an all honesty policy here. And that is every single aspect of our life. So if there's something that happens at work, straight up honesty about it. And we're in a team. It's 100% team effort that we're going to find a way through this, and we're going to do it together. I need to try to let him know, instead of being aggressive or angry or mean like I was for many years when things weren't going well at work or in a business, that I need to let you know that I'm on your side and that we're going to do it together. And you need to be honest with me. I think I've learned that over the years, and you've learned I can only feel compassion for you and empathy to help encourage you when you're really vulnerable with me.
When we're in the same boat.
When stuff sucks.
Yeah.
Like I got laid off. I made 110 business calls today and I didn't get one sale. And I'm not bringing home fish to put on the dinner table. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, there's so much stuff that
I guess
we do differently, and we don't think about it.
No, you know what?
But people say it to us that they notice that we do things differently, even though we're imperfect, obviously. So,
I guess a lot of this comes down, for me, you know, one of the big inspirational kind of elements to really feeling like now is the time for us to start creating content of this nature that focuses on the stuff that's more important than just growing your business, is the fact that, like, listen, I know I have a lot of insurance agents out there. I know I have a lot of entrepreneurs. I know I have a lot of real estate agents. She's a real estate agent. I've been in the insurance business. I'm an entrepreneur. I do business development consulting. Like, I know
We've been in the financial space.
I know the life.
Yeah.
She was Series 7 at one point in time. Like,
I was a financial advisor for years.
You know, her dad has been an advisor for 38 years or something crazy like that. Like, it's in the blood, it's in the family. Like, we understand that world. And, you know, I believe at the bottom of my heart that right now we're coming into some massive uncertainty, that we're coming into times when people are going to have to be real clear about what their values are, what their core values are, what they're going to what they're going to prioritize in life. And you're going to have to realize that in order to succeed, there's always going to be an opportunity to succeed, but it's going to take a different level of intention to be able to succeed. So everybody who's out there, you know, maybe you're working too hard and you're not prioritizing your family, your relationship. You know, we just got done doing a sushi date. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. And I think the kids are actually being returned
right
as
now?
we speak.
Oh,
I hear a car pulling up. So we may need to
cut this short, I guess.
Bring back the love at a later time. We'll introduce you to the kids, I have a feeling, in like 30 seconds.
So either way, like what I'll end with, I guess, is the fact that I believe that there's always a chance to succeed. It just takes a different level of intention. So I want to encourage everybody who's watching this who, you know, is not getting the results that they want in their relationship, in their business, in their relationship with their kids, with their wife, with their husband, like whatever it is. If you're not getting the results that you want in your business, if you're not getting the results that you want pretty much anywhere, that, you know, it's about massive self-accountability. It's about vulnerability. You can't get there. Listen, I've done it. I've been the dude who's tried to put my head down, struggle, not lie to my wife, but just maybe not be 100% transparent with the reality of our situation, right? and it never works out because that stress that you put on yourself always holds you down. It was only when I got my own ego out of the way, when I got like fully vulnerable, fully transparent, that we got on the same page.
i.e. breakdown.
Yeah, and and when you do that, because I know a lot of men that say, "Oh, I could never do that with my wife." You can never do that with your wife because you've never given her the opportunity to step up. Like I see too many men isolate their wives, try to insulate, try to protect them from the hard truths. That's just hurting your relationship. I promise you. It's hurting your relationship, and it's impairing your ability to be successful. Period. Because guess what? Success is hard. You have to make those calls. You have to work those hours. You have to film those videos. You have to do all those things. And guess what? Your wife is going to be pissed off at you if she doesn't understand exactly where you are. You're trying to insulate her from the reality of your current environment, financial, whatever it may be. And if she doesn't realize where you're at or what needs to be done to accomplish the lifestyle that you both probably want together, how do you expect her to support you fully? You know,
she'll just be resentful.
She's just going to be resentful. So, you know, that's really what this playlist is going to be all about. Is about encouragement. It's about relationships. It's about focusing on the priorities that matter most in life. And hopefully, you know, what I would ask of you is if you have any struggles, if you have any challenges, if you have any questions for us, dude, we are an open book.
Yeah.
Like anything, there's nothing off the table with us. And that's kind of the commitment. And this is a hard one for us that we're making now is we're tearing the Band-Aid. And so once we do that, we told ourselves a long time ago, we went through proverbial hell at one point in time with our relationship about 12 years ago now. Man, it's a long, 11 years ago. And getting through that, we kind of told ourselves a couple of years after the fact that, like, you know, God helped us get through that because he wants us to take that and do something to help people with. And that's kind of what this is the beginning of, I hope. I don't think either of us knows exactly what it looks like. But I just want to tell you guys that we are an open book. And if there's anything that you want to know from us, just ask it.
And please do, because we really don't even have topics. Like we
We'll
were
figure
talking about it,
something
we're
out.
going, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
I don't know, but people consistently are like, you guys should write a book, or you guys should do a thing, or who knows what that should look like. And we always had all these reasons to not do it. Life got in the way. We needed to, focus on money. We had kid issues. We had family issues. And so now we're just really getting vulnerable with you. And Chris tells me that you're an amazing audience and that you guys support each other and that there's a lot of positivity and there's a lot of encouragement. So I hope that you could throw some of that our way just to let us know how we could serve you. There's nothing in this for us. We're not sponsored by any companies.
Nothing.
We're not making money. Like, we're just wanting to step up and serve in this time where people are on the rocks and relationships are on the rocks. And we've been through it all, man. Like, we've been through the relationship hell, the
financial hell,
like
hell, everything
like
about it.
Every 5 years for the last 20 years, we've hit rock bottom in some particular way.
And had to build
and
back
had to
up.
rebuild. And so there's nothing, like you said, there's nothing off the table. We don't know what this calling is, but both of our hearts have felt the tug for years. And so sometimes you just gotta, like you said, tear the Band-Aid. So anyway, we're here to serve you. I hear that you're awesome. And this is a place that's totally safe to let us know what your questions, your challenges, your whatever you want to talk about, topics, that kind of thing. So.
And the only other thing I would say is, like, if you know somebody who's an entrepreneur, an insurance agent, real estate agent, like, share this with them, because chances are, if they're married, I really want this. This playlist is going to be for married people. Like, if you're not married, I think you're still going to find value in it from a relationship perspective. And if you want to be intentional about, like, how do you want to create the relationship that you want to create, I think you're going to find value in a lot of the content and topics in this playlist.
Once we figure out
what those topics are. I mean, but I'm pretty confident of that. I'm pretty confident of that.
He's confident.
But I would say share this with other people who are married who you think may benefit or, that you think would find value in this content as it comes out. And they can subscribe, click the bell thing, and get notified every time, the videos come out. And that's it. So
that'd be cool.
Until next time, guys, go out, have a blessed, inspirational day, and we look forward to seeing you around.